All right, so today we're going to dive into something pretty fascinating.
Yeah.
The Akashic Records.
Really cool topic.
Have you ever heard about this?
Oh, yeah. Familiar with the idea.
So it's this concept of like an etheric library
Right.
that's supposed to hold like all the knowledge and experience of every soul that's ever existed.
It's a big concept.
Yeah, so like imagine if we could actually like tap into that.
Yeah.
It would be like the history of consciousness itself.
The history of everything.
And that's basically what we're going to try to explore today.
Yeah. Unpack it a little bit.
We'll look at where the name comes from.
Okay.
Akashic.
Yeah.
It actually comes from the Sanskrit word akasha,
Right.
which means ether.
Uh-huh.
And it's like this kind of primordial substance or energy.
Interesting.
And we're going to delve into, how this whole idea even works.
Yeah, how it's even possible.
And why it even matters.
Right. What's the point?
So,
I think a good place to start might be to clarify what the Akashic Records aren't.
okay.
Because a lot of people think of it as, like a physical book.
Right, like a library.
Yeah, or a secret chamber somewhere.
With like dusty old books.
Right, exactly.
Uh-huh.
But that's not really what we're talking about.
Okay.
The records are more of a vibrational archive, I would say, existing within what we call universal consciousness.
So it's less about like a physical location.
Right.
And more about like an energetic kind of thing.
Exactly. It's about energy and vibration.
Okay, so how does that even work?
Well, think of it like this. Every thought, every action, every experience that we have creates a specific vibration, an energetic imprint, you could say.
Okay.
And all of these imprints become part of the Akashic Records.
So it's like this cosmic echo of everything that's ever happened.
Yeah, you could think of it that way.
That's a pretty wild concept.
It is. It's a big idea, but it also opens up some pretty amazing possibilities.
Like what?
Well, for one thing, the Akashic Records can offer us incredible insights into ourselves.
You can gain insight into your past lives, for example.
Whoa.
Get a better understanding of your present situation, and even glimpse potential future paths.
Wow.
It's like a multi-dimensional mirror reflecting your soul's entire journey.
Multi-dimensional mirror. I like that.
Yeah.
But, okay, but how does knowing about your past lives, actually help you in the present moment?
Well, the records can reveal these recurring patterns, karmic themes, you might call them, that might be influencing your experiences right now.
Okay.
For example, I once worked with someone who had this pattern of self-sabotage.
Yeah, I think a lot of people can relate to that.
Right. It's pretty common.
Yeah.
So we delved into her Akashic Records, and we discovered that in a past life, she'd been punished for her ambition.
Oh, wow.
And that experience had created this energetic block.
Okay.
And it was playing out in her current life.
So she was basically holding herself back subconsciously.
Exactly. It was like a subconscious program running in the background.
But once she understood where this pattern came from, she could start to break free from it.
Wow. So it's not just about like seeing the past.
No.
It's about actually understanding it and using that knowledge.
Precisely.
To heal.
Exactly. The Akashic Records are not just about highlighting challenges.
Right.
They're also about offering a path to healing and growth.
Okay.
It's like an energetic decluttering process.
So you can get rid of that energetic baggage.
Yes. You identify old wounds, traumas, limiting beliefs.
And this could be from this life or past lives.
Exactly. It can be from any point in your soul's journey.
Wow.
And once you identify them, you can start to clear them out.
You mentioned energetic baggage earlier.
Yeah.
Do you think it's possible that something from a past life could manifest as like a physical ailment in this life?
Absolutely. I see that all the time.
Really?
Yes, it's all connected.
Wow.
Unexpressed emotions, unresolved traumas, these can create energetic blockages. And those blockages can impact us on so many levels.
Oh, yeah. Emotional, mental, even physical.
So it's not just in our heads.
It's very real and tangible.
So the records can actually help us to address those issues.
Yes.
On like a much deeper level than traditional therapy.
You could say that it's like getting to the source code of your being.
Wow.
And speaking of source, the Akashic Records can also illuminate your soul's purpose.
Oh, wow.
They can offer guidance, inspiration.
So it's not just about healing the past.
Right.
It's about like stepping into your full potential.
Exactly. When you connect with your soul's purpose, you naturally find more alignment and fulfillment.
That makes sense.
But it goes beyond just personal growth. The records can expand your consciousness, help you transcend those limiting beliefs, and connect with the interconnectedness of all things.
That reminds me of the concept of universal consciousness.
Exactly, and that's where things get really interesting.
How so?
Accessing the Akashic Records allows you to experience this interconnectedness firsthand.
It's like you can see beyond the illusion of separation.
Okay.
And you tap into this higher level of awareness.
So if the records can show us potential futures, where does that leave free will?
That's a great question, and it's one I hear a lot.
Yeah, it seems like a paradox.
It can seem that way, but the thing is, the records show possibilities, not a predetermined fate.
Okay, so it's not like a set-in-stone kind of thing.
Exactly. Think of it like a weather forecast.
Okay.
It can predict the likelihood of rain.
Right.
But it doesn't determine whether you go outside or stay inside.
So we still have the power to choose.
Absolutely. You're always in the driver's seat.
This has been really, really interesting.
That's a fascinating topic.
And I think we've covered a lot of ground.
We have. But if you're listening, I want you to consider this.
Okay.
What one question would you ask the Akashic Records if you had the opportunity?
Oh, yeah.
It's a question that could really unlock a whole new level of understanding about yourself and your journey.
It's a really good question to think about.
It is.
Thank you so much for this deep dive.
You're welcome.
It's definitely sparked a lot of curiosity and wonder in me.
Good. I'm glad to hear that.
And I'm sure in our listeners as well.
The Akashic Records really do offer a path to limitless possibilities.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to leave it.
I agree.